Hey guys, what's up? Little life update. I've just been busy ever since I came out here to South Florida, the eastern side of South Florida, the Miami side of South Florida. Uh, I found full time jobs and I had been working and hustling. So I started out in Naples, and after I got my car and moved into my car, I got a ride one night taking me to the eastern side of southern Florida, the Miami side of southern Florida. And after about a week of doing Uber and Lyft, I was in a Walmart parking lot one day, and this guy came up to me and he asked me if I was registered to vote. And I actually had registered to vote because when I got my Florida driver's license, they asked me if I wanted to register to vote. But I wanted to change something on my voter's registration, so this guy helped me do it. And then I just started asking him, like, hey man, what kind of job is this? What are you doing? He was a really nice guy. He gave me some info about the job. And long story short, 3 days later, I was doing the same job, registering people to vote. We would stand out in front of Publix, which is a grocery store chain here in Florida. We would stand out in front of Walmarts. We would go to plazas, shopping malls, universities, anywhere where there was foot traffic. And we had a quota. If you didn't meet the quota, you got fired. A lot of people went through this job. There was a very high turnover rate. Most of the people I worked with were Black Americans, Haitians, and Jamaicans. Uh, I was the only white guy who stayed throughout the whole time that I was there. There was a couple of white folks that came and went. People had trouble keeping the job. They couldn't keep the quota. They couldn't get enough people to register to vote, or they would cheat. They'd get fired. They'd get caught and fired. But I did pretty well. I excelled. Was able to get more people registered than my coworkers, so they made me a team lead. So then I was supervising a group of people and going out and doing it. I was driving them in a big van, and it was lots of fun. I enjoyed doing it. It's a great job, paid well, and my supervisors were great. They were younger than me, but they were very professional, and it was a good experience. And so that ended on October 5th, which was 30 days before the election. So here in Florida, you can register to vote up to 30 days before the election. So after that, I rested for about a week, trying to figure out what to do next. And one of my coworkers got me into my next job. And for that job, I was at first I was pushing Amendment 4 here in Florida, which was to pretty much legalize abortion. And for that, we had to go door to door on foot, go door to door we would get like a turf, and we would use an app, and we would go door to door and ring the doorbell and try to talk to people if they were there and take a little survey. If they weren't home, we would leave a flyer on the door. So that was an okay job. It involved a lot of walking, which was very tiring, but there wasn't this pressure to meet a quota. And the pay was a little lower, but that was fine. I really love these jobs where you're not micromanaged. You just go out there and you don't have a manager or a supervisor looking over your shoulder, criticizing every little thing you do. So it felt like a job with freedom. By the way, guys, I'm in the back seat of my car. It's in what I call living room mode. I kind of shaped it like a sofa here. Here, I'll turn it around. And about this is the front seat, but I put the seat all the way down like that. This is my fridge right there, my food pantry. This is my seat over here. So then as I was pushing for Amendment 4, which I actually do believe in, yeah, Because now in Florida, abortion is legal up to 6 weeks. The problem is a lot of women don't quite know that they're pregnant before 6 weeks. I just believe I just believe in pro-choice. I mean, that's my own personal thing. So I mean, it was a cause or an amendment or a campaign that I personally supported. But when I talked to people door to door, I didn't really like, from a communications point of view, I didn't really get in their face, and because there's people here in Florida. Actually, it turns out Amendment 4 didn't pass, but there are people here who are against abortion, and they were called what, pro-life. And when people would answer the door and I talked to them, I would listen to them, but I never got in their face and was confrontational. I was never pushy. Um, if people were what they call pro-life or against abortion, I would just listen to what they had to say and consider their point of view, and that's it. I mean, I wasn't really confrontational. Um, they gave us a script to follow about what to say, about how to persuade people to vote yes on Amendment 4 or vote yes for pro-choice. But it was a little pushy, and even my supervisor told me that I didn't have to follow the script word for word. That we just had to kind of get a point across. So yeah, that's one job I did, and then while I was doing that, I got another job promoting Amendment 3, which was to legalize marijuana here in Florida. I should say recreational marijuana. So medical marijuana is legal in Florida, but recreational marijuana is not legal. And that one I'm not wholeheartedly, I didn't wholeheartedly support. I mean, I would just say I was on the fence. They're really the only good points I could see about making recreational marijuana legal is it provides tax revenue for the state, more tax revenue for police, schools, and infrastructure and things like that, which I think is good. And it would regulate marijuana, so people who use it wouldn't be getting something laced with fentanyl. So those are the good points I saw about it. So, but I guess deep down, I don't think Americans are ready for legal recreational marijuana. They're too stupid. They just phenomenalize it too much, and it's just become this whole stupid culture, and it really doesn't need to be. And I say that because I've lived in East Africa, where people smoke marijuana, they smoke weed, but they don't make a big deal about it. They just smoke it and they go on with their lives, and they don't phenomenalize it and sensationalize it and brag about it. And I don't know, there's just this whole stupid cultural aspect about it here in America, and it's just like, it's just so unnecessary. It's like, I don't mind if people do it, but just like keep it to yourself. And it's a very simple thing. But here in America, they have all these stupid products related to marijuana. It's just way overdone, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So because of that, I just don't think Americans are ready for legalized recreational marijuana, even though it is legalized in some states, including California, which is my home state. So that job was pretty cool. I'm talking about Amendment 3, which is legalizing marijuana. That job was pretty cool because we got paid per door that we approached. We got paid $1.20 per door. And, if I worked fast, I could do between 30 and 50 doors in an hour if I really moved. So that was me making between $30 and $50 an hour. So pretty good job. So all of that ended. We worked up until the 5th of November. And I'll tell you, I was exhausted. I mean, I always have my pedometer on, which is an app on my smartphone. I was walking like I was walking over 5 miles a day doing those jobs, and it was just physically demanding and sometimes tedious work. So after we finished, and after Trump won, after Trump won the presidency, I was exhausted and I needed to rest for a few days, and I did, and um, I I think about 5 days maybe after that job finished. Again, I was at a Walmart. I walked out. I saw these two guys at a kiosk, and they were asking for donations for what's it called? ASCPA. It's like the American Association of. It's like what is it called? ASPCA, American. It's something about welfare and to prevent abuse against animals, which is a cause I really support. And so I was interested in the job, and uh, I inquired. I inquired more about the job, and it was, again, standing out in front of stores like Walmart all day long, and trying to get people to donate, which I totally support, but I'm just tired of standing. I'm just tired of work that involves me standing all day. It's exhausting. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm tall. I'm 6'1". But when I stand all day, it just wears me out like nothing. I mean, my feet are in pain. My back is in pain. And then you're outside in the elements. The summer was brutal, man. And I started that. I started the voter registration job in July, and it was just so damn nasty here in Florida. It was just gross. And I actually I don't like Florida, but I'll get to that in a different video. That's not the topic of this video. So I ended up going to an interview for this job for the ASPCA, and yeah, I inquired about it, and I realized I'd be standing all day. And the thing is, I wouldn't be working directly for the ASPCA. It was like, what do you say? It was a company that was hired by the ASPCA to hire, I guess they're called marketers or whatever, to get more donations. Whereas for me, I would rather work directly for the ASPCA, not this contracted company. And they called me in for a second interview, and I mean, they were ready to hire me pretty much. People say that there's a lot of jobs here in Florida, and there are. There seem to be. Like everywhere I go, I see hiring, like we're hiring, please inquire. And as long as I've been here in Florida, I have not been unemployed for more than a week. So it is quite easy to get a job here. I feel it is. People say there's lots of jobs here. That seems to be true. But I decided not to go to that second interview. I'm tired of standing. It's just hard on my body, and I'm not working with the company that I want to work with, even though I'm doing their work. So I just decided not to do it. And then for the next few days, I was like thinking about what kind of job I want to do. And then, I made a decision about that, but I'm not going to talk about it in this video. This video was just to talk about my job experiences so far that I've had in Florida, and kind of getting my my feet on the ground here in the United States after having been away for 25 years. But I'm pretty proud of myself for what I've achieved and accomplished. I came here. I did pretty much everything I said I was going to do. I bought a car. I started living in my car. I started making money again, got jobs, and I mean, I've had some challenges along the way, but overall, I don't regret much. There's a few things I kind of wish I'd been more quickly about and making decisions and such, but things have transpired the way they were supposed to. I'm going to wrap this up now. I know it's been a long time since I put out a video, but I think I'm going to be putting out videos more frequently now. But you'll understand why in the next video, and I'm going to talk about my plans from here on out. All right, guys, thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next one.